Gather round, children. Tonight I will tell you a story of mind-rending terror, unknowable creatures, and light-hearted romps through non-Euclidean space beyond comprehension.
Grandpa, is this even a Christmas story?
You bet it is, bucko. The greatest, grandest Christmas story of them all. Without further ado, Cthulhu Saves Christmas.
Honestly, I'm just gonna say it. Try watching Markiplier. Just go find something.
If he's playing like a horror game, I might be able to find something.
He has a really good 3 scary games series where he just finds like 3 indie games to...
I hate indie horror games.
Yeah, the whole point is he's going, wow, this is kind of garbage. You know?
Like, indie horror games suck.
Because it's always like,
it was one of the things that made the last couple years of Shitstorm of Scariness, the Halloween series that Super Best Friends did.
Super Breast Friends.
Super Breast Friends, you know. Well, you know, they were all chubby guys. They all had breasts. They could be super breast friends. Well, except for Liam.
Friends.
Liam is a little man. He have no breasts. But yeah, you know, I enjoyed them back in the day. Went back to watch them recently, and it was fine. But you know, I don't know. They're out of stuff. I still watch Matt's stuff.
Yeah.
You know, because he has a couple series that I watch, like What Happened.
I've had to hit the...
Have you seen What Happened yet?
No.
What Happened is his little series about game development, where he'll take like a game that didn't do well or had a weird production history and kind of detail it, which is cool. I like that. You know, I like my entertainment to be educational in at least some respect.
Yeah, that's...
What did I do that for? Whatever, it's fine.
I don't know if you've ever given Pyrocynical a shot, but he had a really good video on Cuphead. He has a really good video.
I just can't get into Cuphead.
Yeah,
like, I'm not against Cuphead. I really want to like it, actually.
He's talking. He's talking about that kind of feeling, which a lot of people have with it, where it's like, it's right in that line between.
It's not a bad game.
Like,
I just
the production of it. It's so well done.
Yeah.
Like, it's so great.
Oh, it's great.
Like it feels like a work of art because it is. Every note in the soundtrack, every frame is... It was a labor of love, and that's the only way it could have ever happened.
Wasn't there like some weird controversy around it at the beginning, though?
Most of it was made in Unity Engine.
Really?
It wasn't really a controversy.
How was that a controversy?
It wasn't really a controversy.
No, I thought it was because it was like hard and it had something to do with games journalists being pussies, because they are.
Game journalists couldn't get past like the first level, so they were rating it really low. Because they couldn't get past like the run and guns and the specifically the like plane levels.
Yeah, anybody, don't listen to freaking games journalists.
Yeah, they're...
I watch reviews on, like, IGN to get, like, the general tenor of what people think.
The exaggerated swagger of a games journalist.
But, yeah, don't freaking listen to them. They're lame. You know? Honestly, if you're curious about a game, I would go watch the first hour of somebody doing an LP.
Turn to the Let's Players.
Yeah.
That's the way you do it.
You know, and I'm not saying that because I do LPs. I'm saying it because, you know, you're going to get a lot more varied opinions, and you know what? For the most part, especially if you're going with the smaller channels like us, nobody pays us. Our opinions are ours. You know? And there's a lot of paying people that goes around? Why do you think Kojima gets all the praise he does? Because they specifically figure out they have a system, you know, to keep his image pretty squeaky clean, right?
Yeah.
They avoid bad press, at least at game launch, by just I should have. No, I can't defense up the party because I need to heal him. That's fine.
Check your unites. They might be charged by now.
60.
60. But, yeah, if you're looking to, like, just check it out, watch the first episode, usually, of somebody playing a game, figure it out, because they're,
well, at least
there are people
at least
just
you're getting
like
an
you,
unbiased
you know?
opinion.
An unbiased opinion,
You may disagree,
and you see how it is.
but you know, at least you get an unbiased opinion.
Also, like, a lot of game journalists aren't people who
play games.
play games in their free time.
They're journalists.
They're journalists who couldn't find anything else. and
journalists
wanted to
who
do something
washed
that
out
would
of
be fun.
commenting on sports.
Yeah.
They got fired from BuzzFeeds, and now they're gonna comment on games and how, you know, we really do need more black voices. I think we need more good stories. I don't care. You know, right now I'm playing a Lovecraftian horror and, you know, 3 white kids. I don't care.
Literally.
If you have a great story, the skin color doesn't matter. You know?
Put in a character who is black and no one will care. Put in a character who is white, no one will care. Put in a character who is Asian, Indian, gay, just...
Well, honestly, I kind of care.
Make...
Gay-wise.
Yeah,
like,
just...
I don't mind, you know, people having the option, but I'm not gonna play a character gay. I'm just not. The big thing is that it doesn't take over the story. Right.
It doesn't replace the story. I can look past some side character saying, "Ooh, I like penis a lot. I like the penis. That is what I like."
Clipping that.
Jesus Christ. Well,
but yeah, it's not something that you have to consciously do, right?
yeah.
Put the person who is most interesting in the story at the forefront of the story.
'Cause look at... You know what?
Well, you
Just
know,
look at stories.
Look at CRPGs, you know, Western RPGs.
Yeah.
They're defined by having a protagonist that is customized by the player.
Yeah.
Meaning everything. It doesn't matter. They're all the things. No new abilities. Oh, 100%. What was that? Crap.
That's one of the reasons that I've been a little peeved with Far Cry 6.
Yeah, they've been adding stuff.
No, they lock you into being her. You know, after they had the character creator in Far Cry 5, I was like, okay, that's cool, that's great. You know, they had Ajay in 4, they had Jason in 3, they had the other guys in the other games that I haven't played yet.
Apparently Far Cry 2 is really good.
Far Cry 2 is really good, just stay the fuck away from the malaria mechanic.
Don't get malaria? But don't you start with malaria?
I don't think so. I don't know. It's very fun. By the way, if you're interested in Far Cry, if we're gonna do an LP of 5 together ever, I think you should stay away from that. But Far Cry 3, I know you played through.
I've already beaten that. Yeah.
Pyrocynical actually has a really good video on Far Cry 3.
All the big like open world games like that.
Yeah.
I don't know about LPs for them, you know? They're just so huge. Cause we tried that with Watch Dogs, right?
Mm-hmm.
We play Watch Dogs, and that's a big game.
Yeah.
And we did like 60 parts.
Yeah.
And that was back when we uploaded them once a week.
Yeah.
So that took like 2 years almost.
The big thing with that sort of thing is we're doing it together. We have co-op, so we have a bunch of like the banter because we're both in on it. And like I wouldn't want to do like a big open world one alone. Like a Far Cry game, but it's just one of us playing it would suck. Which is one of the reasons that we had a Horizon Zero Dawn playthrough going. Yeah, it's not on the channel anymore because we never finished it.
We also started Assassin's Creed. Which Assassin's Creed? Odyssey?
I don't know.
No, not Odyssey. Origins. You were on that one. It was you, me, and Josh.
Oh my gosh, it was all 3 of us together.
And
yeah,
it
that was
just
a rare one.
never went anywhere.
That was a rare one. I think it was just scheduling conflicts. It was hard to record.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the thing with this business. Unless it's all of your jobs, it's really hard to get a bunch of people on it together.
No, not if you have a schedule. You just have a schedule. You know?
Yeah.
EFAP gets like 7 people together all the time. Now, over
but
Discord,
also YouTube is kind of their job, right though?
Well, but they're also from different countries, man.
Yeah. But like they don't have stuff outside.
Some of them do, some of them don't.
Some of them do, some of them don't. Because I know for a fact that
I think Mahler's full-time
Jay,
now.
who's on there, Jay is full-time.
Yeah, JXE is full-time. Rags, I think, has a day job.
Well, it just depends how famous you get.
Right, you know, it can pay the bills if you're smart, but, you know.
Because the way that Jay's kind of set himself up, he's kind of the Doctor Who guy. Because he did like a 5-hour video followed up by a 1-hour 30-minute video on just the Chibnall era. Chris Chibnall wrote the past 2 seasons of Doctor Who,
right,
which are total schlock.
Oh, they're terrible.
Which it's hilarious to watch.
Like I don't even watch Doctor Who, and I know they're terrible.
Yeah.
Like I watched Mahler's episode on the Timeless Child or whatever, the one that changes
Timeless
the origin.
Children. Yeah.
The one that changes the origin. And just hearing the plot, I was like, "Oh no."
Yeah. As a fan of Doctor Who myself, and I'm not afraid to admit that 9 through 12 and Tom Baker, I was a really big fan of the show. I haven't watched much classic, only really the Tom Baker stuff. But I personally just felt insulted watching like those episodes, those 2 seasons in full.
Well, didn't they
Like,
bring up a guy as the first Doctor and like shit on him?
I don't remember that. It very well could have happened.
I thought they brought on a guy with the 13th Doctor. No, whatever the girl one is.
13th.
Okay.
You're right. Jodie Whittaker is the 13th.
I thought they brought up a guy who was playing the first Doctor, and they like treated him like crap.
I don't know, man. I don't remember that.
Like they
ever.
made him like super sexist and everything, and it was just like, why?
Can we please
So
just
he
die?
he was just a person for femdoc to preach at.
Also, there's a canonical black female doctor now that we haven't seen, which is fine.
It's whatever.
It's whatever. But the whole thing of like there can only be 12 and that getting changed was the big reveal.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh my god. Ugh. There are doctors we haven't seen though.
Well, sure.
Or haven't seen for most, because John Hurt.
Yeah,
is
John Hurt
actually
was the War Doctor.
the War Doctor, which is
that's not gonna go anywhere because he's dead. But you know.
Yeah, he's dead and the storyline was over. Which, funnily enough, guess what?
What?
The whole big thing with Peter Capaldi is he was bringing Gallifrey back, and that was the season finale. Like that was the season arc.
Bringing back the planet?
Bringing back Gallifrey and all of its people and Time Lords and reinstating them
How?
as a society. I didn't watch a lot of it because it was after it had been taken off Netflix and off
Gotcha.
Amazon Prime, and I couldn't watch it anymore.
Gotcha.
But I watched the first part of his season, his first season, and his big thing was he wanted to get Gallifrey back. I don't know how he did it, but he did
that's
it.
cool.
And that was his kind of thing.
That's a
So
fine story.
He got it back and everything. Guess what happened?
What?
Gallifrey gets destroyed again off screen between seasons.
Fuck off. Oh my god.
And do you know how Femdoc reacts to it?
Oh, that sucks.
No, she just gets randomly angry at the people right after she just got done preaching to them about how they can't get stuck in their emotions because this is a big job and like blah blah blah. It's a big thing to go around saving people, you know?
Wait, does the Doctor look on it as a job?
Kind of?
Like, I thought he was just
Wait,
kind of doing
no.
adventure stuff. Like, oh, we're just gonna pal around the galaxy, and you want to come with?
That's his thing, but it's not her thing. Because her thing is she has to go on this quest of moral vengeance.
Jesus.
Yeah, So she gets Ryan, Graham, and Yaz. That's her name.
Yeah.
And she goes around the world preaching to people
Oh my
about
god.
how all this stuff happens. And
That's just freaking depressing.
and most of it happens in London, and the few
Yeah.
ones that aren't,
It's usually Earth in the 20th century, and it's like
it's Earth in the 20th century, and there are 3 episodes that are set on Earth after like a post-apocalyptic event, but it's a different one every time, and they don't know that it's Earth until halfway through the episode.
so they just do
The
Planet
same
of
one
the
again.
Apes?
Yes. They had done that in season 6 with I forget his name. The 6th Doctor. Not season 6.
Series
the 6th
6.
Doctor.
They measure TV differently
Yeah.
in Britain. It's weird.
Yeah, because it's a different series with every Doctor.
Mm-hmm.
But it comes out in seasons here because that's more acceptable to us.
Well, a series and season are basically the same,
Yeah,
but not exactly, especially when you talk about Doctor Who.
because a season talks about basically like a period of time, kinda.
Well, no,
And, like,
it's
it's a lot
more
more-
of, hey, this is, our upload schedule. And then we're going to take a break, and then the second series is going to come out. And the second series might be 2 years from now, but, the second series is confirmed and it's coming out.
Yeah,
It's super weird how that all goes down.
yeah. It's real interesting. But man, Doctor Who has just gone to utter shit. My favorite one though is how in one of the episodes, so there's basically a planet that's an Amazon warehouse, right?
Uh-huh.
And it's all about how the workers are being mistreated or whatever, blah blah blah, whatever.
Sure, fine.
And then they find out that there's this like scheme to happen. There's a scheme that's happening
Okay.
where people are being killed, and people are gonna be killed.
For?
Just reasons.
It's for nondescript reasons.
So they find out that this one guy, Charlie, is making explosive bubble wrap and putting it in people's boxes. So
But
if
for why?
you pop the bubble wrap, it'll explode and kill you because
and no one
reasons.
can resist popping the bubble wrap. Aren't we funny?
Yes. The fun thing is, though, he's putting it all in like the same thing.
Okay.
And his big mass murder thing starts because after he made the first piece of explosive bubble wrap, the girl that he liked, who was also working there, the AI that runs the place, decided that she had to do quality check that day. So she pops the bubble wrap and explodes and dies. So he decides that he needs to send the explosive bubble wrap to everyone in London. Right? Uh-huh. And do you know how the Doctor fixes this?
By preaching at him?
Yes. And then killing him. Literally killing him. Which
Well,
is something the Doctor doesn't really
he
do
doesn't do
ever.
that?
He has failings in character, and that's a really good thing in like the previous seasons. But she is the moral fountain from which all virtues flow, And she's meant to be this. And then literally what she does
And then she just murks
is
the dude.
she like gets him to go into like the big area with all they have like robot delivery dudes,
Okay.
whatever. So he goes out there into the midst of them, and then she tells the AI to have every robot pop their bubble wrap at the same time, right now, before teleporting to wherever they're delivering it to.
Okay.
So then she gathers everybody in the TARDIS, and the guy gets ganked. Right?
So she murks a guy.
So she murks the guy after teaching him the lesson that he was supposed to learn.
Okay, so now you're fixed. So now we're sending you back to your own universe to die instantaneously.
Yes.
Spider-Man No Way Home makes $500 billion zillion.
Actually, not really. That's it's not very clear, but what I like to think is the thing.
Is that their
Is
universe changed?
They go back to the second they learn that Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Well,
So Green Goblin would go back to that dinner at Thanksgiving.
Okay, but obviously not though.
Obviously not.
Yeah, because what does Doc Ock say? We're talking spoilers, by the way, so skip 10 seconds if you haven't seen No Way Home.
He was at the river,
yeah,
and he had Peter by the throat,
right.
and then he was there.
His mask was off before then. I just watched Spider-Man 2 last week.
His mask was off before then.
Right.
So he goes back to then with the fixed arms.
To win. Because my thought was, because he has that change of heart,
Yeah.
he would have that change of heart faster. He would take his hand off,
Yeah.
and then he would go with his machine and still die. So he's not actually fixing them. He's not actually helping. But again, it's undefined. So I'm okay with that because it's undefined. So we can talk about that and we can debate, but it's not, we don't have the definitive answer.
Yeah, but
and I don't think it breaks the screenplay to not have a definitive answer on that.
It makes Lizard... He at least has the fixed arms. Doc does. So
when he dies, so very little use for that. But
yes, but he's in his right mind.
Yeah, and he figured it out, and he conquered his arms.
Yeah.
Right there at the end.
But it won't be such a hassle, so maybe there could be something there where he figures out something. I'm stretching it a little because I want it to be stretched, but obviously Lizard goes back and isn't a lizard anymore before he kills himself.
I did think it was funny where he was like I could give you a real
makeover.
I could give you a real makeover.
Into a damn lizard?
Yes. You're like, that's freaking hilarious.
It's awesome.
It was pretty good. That movie's great. Go have it make more money, guys. Go make it more money.
More money, please.
We need to send the message to Disney that we didn't give a fuck about the last 3 movies, but we like this one.
Sony's already smelling the money and thinking of bringing Andrew Garfield back for a 3rd. So Andrew Garfield we might get a rage-filled Spider-Man movie.
Honestly,
because he talks about how he stopped pulling his punches.
Dude, I hate that line where he's like, I was so rageful. That's the dumbest way you could possibly say that.
Yeah, it is. But I would blame that on the script, not on Mr. Garfield.
It's not Andrew Garfield's fault. Bad writing is not the actor's fault.
Also, he's gotten so much better at acting. Holy shit.
No, I thought he was fine in The Amazing Spider-Man.
He was fine. If anyone's acting was hokey, it wasn't really his. But
I don't think anybody's acting was really off. I just thought the screenplays were all shit.
Yeah, for some reason, a lot of people think that The Amazing Spider-Man is the best Spider-Man movie. Because
no. By definition, no. Because Spider-Man...
Which one do you think that...
Because Spider-Man 1 exists.
Yeah.
I put Spider-Man 1 before Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man
2 is very good, but I like Spider-Man 1 better.
Oh, me too. I love that movie so much.
I will not contest people who say that Spider-Man 2 is the best comic book movie ever. Okay. That's your opinion. I like Spider-Man 1 better.
Yeah.
It's not really a fight,
I'd say that for, nostalgia purposes, I think it might just be me being affected by nostalgia when I say that.
But I would say that Civil War is probably the best one.
Yeah.
No, that one has some script issues, actually. I don't know. I'd have to think about it more.
There'd have to be a lot of deliberation.
Because there are so many. But there's a lot of bad ones that we can just take right off.
Spider-Man movie tier list.
Oh, Spider-Man movie tier list?
Yeah.
I would say Spider-Man 1, 2, 3 in that order. Basically in the order of release. No. Order of release until the Tom Holland stuff, and then Tom Holland stuff is above Andrew Garfield.
Like S tier, A tier, B tier, D tier.
Oh, and I could put multiple in each tier?
Yeah.
I would say S tier Spider-Man 1, 2, and...
including Tom Holland.
Yeah. S tier, I would say Spider-Man 1 and 2. And then... maybe Homecoming, maybe. I'd have to go back and watch Homecoming. I don't know. Somehow my watch keeps wanting to listen in on our conversation. I don't like it. I keep hitting a button or something. Let's see. A tier, I would put all of Tom Holland's movies.
Yeah.
No, Far From Home will go in B tier.
Really?
Yes, Spider-Man. The Spider-Man Far From Home will go in B tier with
Amazing
Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
Then what's the lowest tier? C tier? D tier?
It goes all the way down to F, but
I would say D tier is Amazing Spider-Man 2.
yeah.
That one is completely unredeemable.
Yeah.
Unredeemable, irredeemable is what I mean.
Yeah.
All of the story except for Gwen and Peter's relationship is trash. All of it.
Relationship. Yes. I would honestly agree with a lot of that. I don't think that I would... I think that I would put...
I think I'm progressing forward, aren't I?
Pretty sure.
I'm getting lost.
That's why I don't like getting interrupted for a second, because then you don't have your mental map there. And if you want to just walk around near the exit and do all these fights, you can, but like... For me, I just feel like I would rather do the exploration and then, like, go through a tiered dungeon, I guess.